What if the quiet, ordinary habits you repeat every morning were silently increasing your risk of a stroke without a single warning sign? What if the moment you wake up, the first 60 seconds of your day could determine whether your brain stays sharp or becomes dangerously vulnerable? And what if I told you that changing just a few of these habits could literally protect your life after age 60? Stay with me because what you're about to learn truly matters. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nana, and if you're over the age of 60, I need your full attention. What I'm about to share with you has the power to change your health and potentially save your life. Every single day, thousands of seniors experience strokes, and the frightening reality is that many of them happen with absolutely no warning. One moment you're standing in the kitchen preparing breakfast, and the next you feel your words slipping, your arm weakening, or your legs giving out. It happens fast. Too fast. Imagine losing your ability to speak clearly, walk steadily, recognize your loved ones, or even feed yourself. It's terrifying to think about, but here's what most people never realize. Strokes don't always strike out of nowhere. They often build up quietly, triggered by small morning habits, especially during the first hours after you wake up. For decades, I've worked closely with seniors, helping them understand how seemingly harmless routines can slowly raise their stroke risk. And here's the shocking part. Many seniors believe they're starting their day in a healthy way, when in reality, these habits are silently damaging their circulation and their brain. But here's the good news. By the end of this video, you won't just know what dangerous habits to avoid, you'll also learn exactly how to build morning routines that protect your brain, stabilize your circulation, and support long-term health. These are simple adjustments that anyone can make, but they have powerful, life-saving effects. So whatever you do, don't click away. Don't skip this. What you learn today could protect your life or the life of someone you love dearly. I promise you'll walk away with new eye-opening information that truly matters. And if you're serious about safeguarding your health, make sure to hit subscribe to Senior Health Boost, where we share life-saving tips, expert insights, and powerful guidance designed specifically for seniors. Now, let's dive into the first morning habit you must understand. 1. Waking up and jumping out of bed. Too fast. It may sound simple, even obvious, to get up quickly and start your day. But for seniors, this is one of the most dangerous things you can do. After lying down all night, your blood pressure naturally drops, your circulation slows, and your brain hasn't fully adjusted to being upright. When you sit or stand up too fast, your body can't stabilize blood flow quickly enough. That sudden drop in blood pressure is called orthostatic hypotension, and for seniors, especially those with narrowed arteries, it can trigger dizziness, fainting, or even a mini stroke. Think of your brain like a sponge. After hours of resting, it needs a slow, steady flow of oxygen-rich blood to function safely. Jumping out of bed interrupts that flow instantly. Here's the safer routine. When you wake up, stay lying down for 1 to 2 minutes. Take deep, deliberate breaths. Then slowly sit up and let your legs dangle over the side of the bed for another minute. Only after that should you gently stand. These 2 minutes may seem small, but they can be the difference between a healthy morning and a medical emergency. Has this ever happened to you? Have you felt lightheaded or faint when getting up too quickly? Share your experience in the comments. I read every story. 2. Skipping water. Here's another silent danger. Your brain is about 75% water. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Yet what do most people reach for when they wake up? Coffee, tea, or nothing at all? Dehydration thickens your blood. Thicker blood forces your heart to work harder, and when your heart struggles to push slow-moving blood through narrow arteries, your stroke risk rises. Even more concerning, dehydration can raise blood pressure and increase your tendency to form clots. The solution is simple. Drink 1 full glass of room temperature water as soon as you wake up. Not iced, not scorching hot, just plain water at a comfortable temperature. This small habit improves circulation, supports your kidneys, and ensures your brain receives the smooth, steady blood flow it needs to stay sharp. And if you're thinking, but I'm not really thirsty in the morning, remember this: thirst is not a reliable signal. By the time you feel thirsty, your dehydration has already begun. If you care about your memory, balance, and stroke prevention, water must be your first drink of the day. 3. High-sodium breakfast choice. Many of us grew up believing that a real breakfast means bacon sizzling in the pan, sausage links, butter-coated toast, or a steaming bowl of flavored instant oatmeal. These foods feel familiar. They smell comforting. They might even take you back to your childhood or your working years. But for seniors, especially those over 60, they can be incredibly harmful. Sodium, or salt, is one of the strongest drivers of high blood pressure. The trouble is that many older adults already have slightly elevated blood pressure in the morning. This happens naturally because hormones surge as your body wakes up. So when you combine this natural morning rise with a salty breakfast, you're stacking risk on top of risk. The tiny blood vessels in your brain, delicate, narrow, fragile, simply aren't built to handle sudden surges in pressure. Too much pressure can cause one of these vessels to burst, creating a hemorrhagic stroke, or a clot can suddenly block blood flow, causing an ischemic stroke. Both can happen quickly. Both can be devastating. But here's the hopeful part. Breakfast is one of the easiest meals to fix. Instead of high-sodium food, choose options that nourish your circulation without overloading your arteries. Fresh fruit like berries, apples, or oranges. Plain oatmeal topped with blueberries or strawberries. A couple of boiled eggs without added salt. Or whole grain toast with mashed avocado for healthy fats and fiber. Most importantly, don't fall for misleading packaging. Words like healthy, low-fat, or heart-friendly don't always tell the full truth. Many processed breakfast foods hide massive amounts of sodium in the ingredients, sometimes even more sodium than a bag of chips. Always check the label. Aim for 300,400 mg of sodium or less for the entire breakfast. It may feel strange at first if you're used to salty foods, but your palate adapts quickly, and your brain and heart will thank you. Change your morning plate, and you can dramatically lower your stroke risk for the rest of the day. 4. Drinking too much coffee on an empty stomach. No, let me be clear. I'm not here to take away your morning coffee. For many seniors, that warm first sip is part of your morning ritual. Coffee by itself isn't the villain. The danger is how you drink it. Too many older adults wake up dehydrated, skip water, skip breakfast, and go straight for 2 or 3 strong cups of coffee. For a younger person, this might be manageable. But for someone over 60, this combination is a perfect storm. Coffee stimulates adrenaline. It raises your heart rate. It tightens or constricts your blood vessels. When your body is already dehydrated from the night before, this creates a triple threat. Your blood is thicker, your vessels are narrower, and your heart is pumping harder to push that thicker blood through those narrower passages. That's a recipe for reduced blood flow to the brain and an increased risk of stroke. And here's something many seniors don't realize. Fatigue in older adults is rarely caused by a lack of caffeine. It's more commonly due to poor sleep quality, dehydration, or nutritional gaps. Drinking coffee to push through the exhaustion can make everything worse. So what's the better routine? Drink water first. Eat something light: fruit, oatmeal, yogurt, even half a banana. Then enjoy your coffee in moderation. One moderate-sized cup is usually safe for most seniors. Avoid loading your coffee with sugar, artificial creamers, or flavored syrups. These additives increase inflammation and strain the very arteries you're trying to protect. Coffee should be a pleasure, not a coping mechanism. Have you ever felt jittery, shaky, or dizzy after drinking coffee? If so, share your experience below. Our community at Senior Health Boost is here to learn from one another, and you never know how your story could help someone else. 5. Ignoring morning dizziness or weakness. This next habit is one of the most dangerous because it's so easy to ignore. Many seniors wake up feeling lightheaded, woozy, off balance, or weak, and they brush it off as just part of getting older. But it's not. These sensations are not normal. They are your body's emergency sirens. Dizziness or weakness in the morning can mean your brain isn't getting enough oxygen. It can be due to low blood sugar, sudden changes in blood pressure, dehydration, or something more serious like the early stages of a transient ischemic attack, often called a TIA or mini-stroke. Mini-strokes frequently occur in the early hours of the day. Their symptoms may last only a few minutes, which is why so many seniors ignore them. But they are critical warning signs that a major stroke could be coming. If you ever wake up feeling unusually weak, confused, or if your speech sounds slightly slurred, even if it goes away quickly, call your doctor or emergency services right away. Don't wait. Don't assume. Don't hope it improves. Keep a record of these episodes. Use a health journal, a simple notebook, or a phone app. Patterns can be life-saving evidence for your doctor. Here's a truth that every senior needs to remember. Your body whispers before it screams. Listen deeply. Act quickly. 6. Skipping medications or taking them incorrectly. Another hidden danger in the morning is medication inconsistency. This problem is widespread and often underestimated. Blood pressure medications, cholesterol-lowering drugs, and blood thinners are designed to keep your stroke risk under control. But missing doses, taking them late, or doubling up because you're unsure whether you took them earlier can throw your system into chaos. One missed dose can cause your blood pressure to spike. Accidentally, taking extra blood thinners can increase your risk of bleeding. Mixing up medications can create dangerous interactions. The solution is simple but powerful: consistency. Use a pill organizer with sections for each day. Set alarms on your phone. Ask a family member or caregiver to help build a routine. And most importantly, never adjust your medication dosage on your own. Only your doctor can make changes safely. This may seem like a small part of your morning, but consistency with medication can be the difference between stability and a medical emergency. Now that you understand these morning habits: salt-heavy breakfasts, coffee on an empty stomach, ignoring dizziness, and skipping medications, you're ready for the next crucial part of this video. On page 3, we'll look at the subtle warning signs your body gives before a stroke, and the exact morning mistakes that push seniors closer to danger without them knowing. Taking your medications as prescribed isn't just another item on your morning to-do list. It's a daily act of protection, one of the strongest defenses you have against the conditions that threaten senior health, especially stroke. And as we move forward, there's another surprising habit many older adults overlook, yet it can influence your heart, brain, and circulation in ways most people never imagine. 7. Holding in your urine for too long after waking up. This next habit catches almost everyone off guard. Most people think holding urine for a little while is harmless. Maybe you want to check your phone, answer a message, let the dog out, or simply lay in bed for a moment. But for seniors, delaying that first trip to the bathroom can quietly trigger a chain reaction inside the body. Here's what happens. After a full night's sleep, your bladder becomes full, sometimes to the point of discomfort. When you ignore that signal and hold your urine longer than your body wants, your system responds by releasing stress hormones, mainly cortisol and adrenaline. And that's where the danger begins. These hormones are meant to help you respond to stress, but in older adults, they can do more harm than good. Cortisol and adrenaline both raise blood pressure, and not just slightly. The surge can be strong and sudden, sending your heart into overdrive just moments after waking. Now imagine your heart pushing against stiffened arteries, trying to quickly move thick morning blood through tiny, fragile vessels in your brain. That pressure is exactly what can trigger a hemorrhagic stroke. And the sudden shifts in blood flow can also make it easier for clots to form, setting the stage for ischemic strokes. But there's another layer many seniors don't realize. Holding urine too long may trigger irregular heartbeats, especially in older adults who already have mild arrhythmias. These heartbeat irregularities can reduce blood flow to the brain, increasing dizziness, confusion, and the risk of clots forming in slow-moving blood. So what seems like a tiny choice, waiting a few minutes before going to the bathroom, can create the perfect storm for circulatory issues first thing in the morning. Fortunately, the fix is incredibly simple. When you wake up, make your first priority the bathroom. Before you check your phone, turn on the TV, prepare breakfast, or even stretch your legs. Your bladder is communicating with you. Listen, those early signals are your body's way of protecting you. And now that we've covered this surprising morning danger, let's look at the bigger picture, because everything you've learned up to this point leads to one powerful realization. Pulling it all together, the 7 hidden morning habits. You now understand the 7 morning habits that quietly increase stroke risk. Some are subtle, some are unexpected, others seem too simple to matter. But combined, they create patterns that shape your circulation, your brain health, your balance, and even your long-term independence. The choices you make during the first hour of your day are more influential than most people realize. They can protect you or put enormous strain on the most delicate systems inside your body. And here's what's important to remember. Small choices compound. Every single day, think of a dripping faucet. 1 drop doesn't seem like much. 10 drops don't change anything. But over time, drip after drip, that faucet can fill an entire bathtub. Your habits work the same way. A salty breakfast here. Jumping out of bed too quickly. There. An extra cup of coffee on an empty stomach. Ignoring dizziness. Holding your urine. Just a few more minutes. Individually, each one seems minor. But over months and years, they create conditions inside the body that make a stroke far more likely. But here's the empowering part. The opposite is also true. Positive habits, healthy circulating blood flow, hydration, careful movement, and proper medication routines also add up. They create a foundation for clearer thinking, steadier balance, stranger heart function, more energy, healthier blood vessels, longer independence. These small habits each morning can protect your brain, reduce your stroke risk, and give you more confidence throughout your day. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle. You don't need complicated routines or expensive programs. You simply need awareness and consistency. Change just one habit tomorrow morning, then change another the next day. Little by little, you will reshape your future. Now that you know the 7 hidden morning habits that can quietly raise your stroke risk, it's time to learn what you can do next. The specific protective habits that strengthen your circulation, sharpen your brain, and support your long-term health. On the final page, we'll walk through the morning behaviors that keep your brain safer, your heart stronger, and your independence intact for years to come. Let's continue to the last page. It may be the most important part of this entire video.